Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you how to cook this mouth-watering onugbu soup at home. If you are interested, keep watching. So firstly, I got my cocoyam prepped. This is how I prep my cocoyam each time I want to make onugbu soup, and after cooking it is much easier for me to get out the cocoyam out. Button the cocoyam this way make the extraction more easier. Just pressing the cocoyam from one end, it slips out from the other end. Very simple. So after extracting all the cocoyam, I went ahead to blend into a pulp. On here, I have prepped all the ingredients which I'm going to be using in making this soup. So in order to have a stress-free meal, my secret is always prep all the ingredients for the cooking. So on here, I have the washed goat meat, stockfish, grounded crayfish, ogiri, washed bitter leaf, blended cocoyam, fresh grounded pepper, and some other spices you will be seeing later on. I know you might be wondering why so much cocoyam here. This is because I am cooking a very huge pot of soup, so I am making use of big cocoyam for that. Feel free to use any amount of cocoyam you are using for your soup. So in a clean pot, I poured on the pre-washed goat meat, washed stockfish, and for the spicing the meat, I am using nut cubes, salt, and a very little amount of diced onion for the meat stock. Remember, you are not using onion for this soup. The rules is don't use onion for the cooking, but I usually spiced my meat with onion. That's why I'm including diced onion. But remember to add a little diced onion. Don't go overboard. So after adding all the ingredients, I stirred it properly, making sure all the ingredients circulate the meat properly. After that, I covered the pot and let it cook for 2 to 3 minutes. So 3 to 4 minutes into cooking the meat, I poured in the desired amount of water to let the meat cook properly. Remember, we want all the stock from the cooking of this meat, as it will serve as a base for cooking the soup. And also let the stockfish to release all its flavor and taste into the stock. So once that is done, I cover the pot and cook the meat for extra 10 to 15 minutes. After the meat is properly cooked, I went on to add the palm oil into the meat stock and allow it to cook for extra few minutes. So the next thing I'm adding to the soup is my dry catfish. If you have catfish or mangala, this is the point to add them into the soup. This is going to enhance and give the soup a very nice taste and flavor. So after adding the fish, I covered it up so the fish will release all the goodness into the soup. So at this point, the fish and the meat is submerged nicely into the stock, and they have released all the great taste needed for this soup. Then I will start by scooping in the blended cocoyam into the pot, and please, while doing so, make sure the proportion of the stock you are using matches up with the blended cocoyam. If not, you will end up either having a runny soup or getting your soup too thick, or you might even end up having a tasteless soup. So be sure to know the amount of ingredients and cocoyam you are using in making your soup. So once I'm done adding all the blended cocoyam, I'll be adding the ogiri into the soup. Remember, there is no bitter leaf cocoyam soup without this main ingredient. Aside every other spices we are using in making this soup, this is the main chairman of this soup. So make sure you source for the best to enhance the taste and outcome of the soup. So once the local spice is added, you will need to be adding the blended pepper, grounded crayfish, then cook until everything is well combined together. Also stir very nicely to get the dry ingredients well combined into the soup. Cover the pot and let it cook for extra 2 to 3 minutes. So at this point, the cocoyam is completely dissolved and every ingredient is nicely combined into the soup. Now it's time to add the bitter leaf into the soup. But before doing so, make sure you double check the bitter leaf to make sure there is no trace of bitterness on the leaf. If not, no matter how sweet your soup is meant to be, this simple leaf can change the whole story into a sad one. So make sure the bitter leaf is carefully washed and no trace of bitterness. Then I go ahead to add all the bitter leaf after checking mine. Mine was washed properly. So I disperse them round into the pot and let it cook for extra minutes. Oh, you guys must be hearing extra minutes, extra minutes, extra minutes. Yes, this is the process of making a very nice dish. Each dish have a process and you must follow the process to achieve a better meal. At this point, feel free to check for salt and spice. Other than that, the soup is super ready to be served with any swallow of your choice. So if you have been watching up to this moment, that means you found this video interesting. Please can you take a moment by clicking on the like button, subscribe so you can be seeing more of this interesting content from this space. And please don't forget to share to your friends and loved ones. Someone might find this helpful. So once you have done that, welcome to the family. So guys, here comes to the end of today's video. Do you find it really interesting? Let me know at the comment section. And what do you think about the soup? Will you be trying it at home? Or if you have tried it, how did yours turn out? Thanks for coming by. Thanks for tuning in. Do you have a lovely and wonderful day ahead? We'll be seeing you guys real soon on my next one. So till then, stay safe and bye-bye.